Live. Power of God, 231. Black box. That means we also are in for removing some of my own energy. So it's color correction and then contrast slightly down. Like 1.5? I think it was like 1.5 last time. Let's keep it like this. Okay. Tower of God. Today we will resume where we left off after a very, very long Tower of God stream. So, to make everything balanced in the world, as Thanos intended, we are not going to do an incredibly long stream today. Instead of reading the long chapter mark, today we're just going to read approximately 10 chapters, which should be about half of, it's a bit less than half from the Floor of Death, but it's still going to be a good chunk, so that next time, it's on Thursday, I think should be on Thursday, we will get through the rest of Floor of Death. Yo, Rin, welcome. Oh, it's so warm, man. I'm actually dying. Okay, chapter 232. Let's get it started. I have no idea what to expect, as in every stream of Tower of God, because even though the arcs are connected, I almost feel like I have no idea where we're going. I know it's the Floor of Death, but there's like nothing that I think there is no ability for me to predict what could potentially happen on the Floor of Death. And also, welcome to you, Violet. I hope you had a great day, and it's only going to get greater watching some Tower of God. So, there's a bloody hat. Oh, it's Bam. Yeah, he trained together with the God of Guardians. I don't know if we even learned their real name, because they are not really a god. And Bam learned that irregular Shinsu control that now makes him crazy. He did it. You're now finally able to control one Bang. But that was far too dangerous. Consider yourself lucky to still be alive. It was tough controlling my strength. You've managed to learn how to use the Shinsu Black Hole Sphere. But now it's time for your test to get to the next floor. Will you be able to do the test in your current state? I think I'll be okay. It's hard to describe, but it feels like something that was plugged up is open now. I feel like my body has gotten lighter. I'm confident I can do it. Hail Train, the Floor of Death, 1. We will now start the test for advancing to Floor 42. Testing grounds on the train. Regulars, please approach the starting line. The object of this test is to destroy the big crystal shards. You must destroy all of the big crystal shards in this area within the next hour in order to pass. It's the first time that I've done a test on my own since my fight with Joaquin. I'm also just, compared to all these other tests that we had, like with complicated mechanics, so you have these different guns and you can shoot your teammates or your allies, and then if you get more than other people you get a reward, but if you can also do it like that, and this time it's just, oh yeah, destroy a big crystal. This is like the most simple thing ever. This is the first time that I've done a test on my own, yeah. I have to find a way to somehow end this as quickly as possible. Now, let the test begin. With as much strength as I can possibly muster right now. Fire! He's probably just cracking all of them easily. With his new Shinsu technique, it's probably no problem to defeat most of these things. I wonder, because when we go back to the workshop battle, there was this battle against Reflegio. Reflegio absorbed some of this shadow. The shadow came from some sort of slayer that he worked together with. I'm not sure if it was a slayer or just a ranker from FUG. And then Reflegio stated that he is now at least as strong as a B rank regular. So if Kun, Rak, and Bam managed to defeat someone who was equal to a B rank regular, are they also equal? Were they already equal to a B rank regular at the state of the workshop battle? Pokken, servant of Karaka. Okay. Because the whole I'm as strong as a B rank regular. First of all, I had no comparison to what even is a B rank regular. And if our boys who were barely D rank regulars managed to defeat him, I feel like that kind of makes me question how far the gap between B rank and D rank really is. So I have no idea, is Bum already, even though he's only a C rank regular, is he already comparable to B rank, A rank, or A rank basically rankers? So, no idea. Congratulations, Bums, the regular. I feel like there's something wrong with the statement. I can do this. You've passed the floor advancement test. Just kill all of the big fishies. Congratulations, Kun Aguera Agnes, the regular. You've thrown a spear in ages. You've passed the floor advancement test. With that technique, he can even switch to the spear bearer. Guess he can't hide his heritage. So, with that statement alone, that means that the family head of the Kun family was the spear bearer, because every member, like Jahad and the other 10 family grade members, were basically one party when they climbed the tower, right? So the Kun family member was either the spear bearer or one of these spear bearers. So like, I don't know, maybe Jahad was the wave controller, the Kun person was the spear bearer, the Lopobia person was the anima, the, I don't know, the half family person was the fisherman, the, and now I'm stuck and I don't know that many more great families. Do I know more great families? It was also mentioned in Train City about Ran. Maybe there was a detail I forgot, okay. Congratulations, Indoors is a heart, the regular. Are we done? Not by a long shot. I love the, like, even though they're not really sisters, I feel like they have a really cute sister dynamic, those two characters. You've passed the floor advancement test. Oro and Sachi's team passed the floor. Passed the test for advancing to floor 42. What a relief that we have you, Hockney. I didn't think that a massive crystal shard like that would appear since we are a party of 5. It was a lot easier thanks to our dependable observer. I was just doing my job. Tests were tough for me alone too. Still, you did a great job. You have a great tremendous skill. Hockney, could you rethink my proposal from before? You mean about going to the floor of death together? Sorry, but I will never go to the floor of death. I can't understand why you want to go there. That place is no place for people to be. That place is where all life goes to die. If the living enter there, they're surrounded by the dead and monsters. You feel as if your soul is being devoured, and when you're just standing there, it really is the floor of death. It's no place for living people like you guys to be going. You sound like you know a lot, but about it, have you been there before? It's not so much that I've been there, to be more precise. I used to live there. You live there? People can live on the floor of death? That's right, I'm a native of that place. Just to be clear, I suggest that you don't go to the floor of death. Well, even if you try to go there, you'll end up dying before you even set foot in there. There are countless paths leading into the floor of death. At the end of those paths, gigantic monsters known as Gatekeepers are living. Visitors to the floor of death from the outside all end up becoming food for these beasts. Gatekeepers? Like those guys on Twitter? That's right, they're monsters that devour anyone who tries to enter the floor of death. No one knows what exactly they are. Anyway, it's impossible for you to avoid those monsters and enter the floor of death. Even if you fight them, all that awaits you is death. So just give up on going to the floor of death. Gatekeepers for the floor of death. I didn't even consider this. At this point, you should know about Kun, Arya, oh yeah, I forgot Arya, Lopobia, Ha, and Yon, and probably one more, but not sure, plus the heart. I forgot Arya and Yeon. Those I know for sure. What family is Laura from? And did we ever learn Endorsi's family name? Hendo Log family defender was mentioned before Team Bum get on the train. Oh, yeah. I think I remember. It was something about the clash between two princesses where Yuri and Dorsey like were asking themselves if Shilian and Lilial were working together for the Handlock girl or for some other girl, but instead they're working for Machete. So Handlock is like a new thing as well. Does Lore belong to one of those families, or is he another one that I'm forgetting? You didn't know that Hockney is from the Floor of Death either, right? Yeah, I just found out today. It's from a Frontical family, which is a branch of a great family. But I think I also heard the name Eurasia before. And I'm not thinking about the real word, I think from Tower of God. He said that he got on a train based on the information that he got from Emily. So maybe Rachel tricked Hockney, who went from the Floor of Death, into getting onto the train. Although that could also just be speculation on my part. I see, Rachel. She may be trying to use Hockney. That's right, Hockney isn't a bad guy, but we definitely need to watch out for him. Guys, if you already finished preparing for going to the Floor of Death, you sure look prepared and relaxed. Eurasia style attack. Okay, yeah, that's where I got it from probably. Kun, you're finally back. Have you finished your training with that high ranker? Well, basically. Although it's still not enough. You must be exhausted. We heard a real racket coming from inside there. Well, it seems like Endorsey is having a harder time than me. Let's train. Get lost. Let me sleep. Just stop this already. She still has to deal with Princess Yuri every day. But Bam, has he still not arrived? I just got back. Bam, long time no see, Kun. Why is your face such a mess, Bam? Honestly, it looks like you had a bit of a tough time too, Kun. You look like you lost some weight. Oh, really? Well then, our numbers have gone down a bit more than I expected. But it looks like everyone who's going to the Floor of Death is here. So we're finally going to the Floor of Death now. Yeah, what kind of prank is fate playing on us? Princes of Jahad are clearly forbidden from approaching the Floor of Death, right? Well, so what? You've even been to Head-On's floor. You can also remain on the train since the punitive order is in place right now. I've given up on all that now. You've been to the Floor of Death, haven't you, Evan? Yes, I went once on a pilgrimage. But this is my first time entering the center of the Floor of Death too. No one knows exactly what kind of place it is. I'm worried about the regulars. But remember that we'll also be in danger if we go there. The light on the tower is disappearing. Are we finally entering the Floor of Death? Huh, all of the light is vanishing. There's still a while left until night tonight. This is strange. My heart is racing. It feels like I'm heading somewhere where I absolutely have to go. Is this Bam's face? Because it's not. This is Wangnan. And looking from this, and my first thought was this is Rachel, but I don't see the freckles. So I thought like, is this Bam? But it looks a bit weird. The sudden night continued for almost a month, and we finally got a chance to rest our tired bodies. Okay, Bam. It's so quiet, and after spending so many hours riding on the train in terrifying calm, we finally arrived there. This is an announcement for all regulars on the train. The train has just arrived at the Floor of Death. Let's see if there are any details. I mean, we see the red-looking water, which is also already kind of sus, and there are fishies swimming inside of it. The entire thing looks like there are only spiky mountains, and we have very dark sky. Then we see a deeper look at the water. The sights never fails to send shivers down my spine. So this is the Floor of Death. It looks as terrifying as the rumors say. Damn, Yuri has already broken like 4 to 5 rules by that point. Yeah, she doesn't care about the rules. The rules are meant to be broken. It's only okay. So, is the only reason that Yuri doesn't like get her princess title gets taken away because she's like that strong? Because if she continues to break all these rules, I would just guess that she would also lose her princess title. Similar to how Dorsey was in danger of losing her princess title because she lost the battle against Kaiser. But Yuri continues to break all these rules, but she doesn't suffer any consequences? We're getting off soon, so get ready. There isn't a proper station here, so we'll have to jump off the train. We're jumping off? What do you mean jump off? There's nothing over there. It's not that there's nothing there. You guys just haven't seen the real floor of death. What? Haven't seen? You mean it's like a hallucination? No, it's like leather. That red liquid that you guys see is the corpse and blood of the administrator who was murdered by Andrew and Irregular. The real floor of death is covered by that body over there. So it's really just blood and not just red water or something. You'll see the real floor of death once we get inside the corpse. From now on, I suggest that you don't only believe what you see with your eyes. That place is hostile to the living. We've arrived at the floor of death. I can really leave the train too, right? Yes, this place neutralizes all contracts with the administrators and spells. Joaquin, you're bound to the train by a spell, so you'll be able to leave. Although you can't go to any other floors, of course. How long has it been since I last wandered around outside? Why are you getting all sentimental? Is it like getting a vacation while you're in jail? Want to get some beers? You gutless little bastard. Since when are we on such close terms? Not long ago you were threatening to kill me. So what? We're companions now, aren't we? Let's not step all over each other. Yura, what about Hockney? For now, I've thrown some bait. I told him the picture could be found on the floor of death. We'll put off a bit more to let him know our identity. I should get him to act with them at once. Why does she look like a businesswoman now? Like she looks like some train attendant. Where are your idle clothes, man? Show me the idle clothes. That's funny, isn't it? Alright. Check your gear, everyone. Hockney? Who's that? Well, let's go. To the floor of death. I'm really not sure. Another door within this room. This door won't open no matter what I do. Does it have some kind of special requirement? Maybe this really is one of those hidden cars on the Hell train. This is an announcement for all regulars on the train. Well, for now, I've looked around on the train enough. The train has just arrived at the floor of death. Now it's time to head outside again. So, let's go. So, floor of death time, baby. And as I got the information from Violin, we're only going to 241 today. So, we're already on track for everything. And next time will probably be 242 until 259. So, 17 chapters. Depending on how long all this goes, I might need to do a longer stream next week then. Or this week. No, next week, because today is Sunday. She, or more precisely Evan, know how to cover up to not suffer any major consequence. She's pretty big up in the Half family, so until she does something really crazy against the heart, she is good. So something really crazy against Jahad, like supporting somebody who is technically a Slayer candidate from FUG, who is planned to kill the heart, and also going on the floor of death that is not meant to be gunned by anybody, and working together with an irregular, and... Still no information about Wanglan's team on Emily yet? The Yellow Prince, you mean? I did search, but nothing showed yet. I wonder what happened to this group. Where's Joaquin's clone? She agreed to hide somewhere hard to find. Not even Emily will ever find her. Even if Joaquin finds her, it will be hard for him to absorb her in his current state anyway. That's true. I heard that the final clone has skills above those of a ranker. So, are we all ready to leave now? But there's no station here. How are we going to get out of here? Well... What? We have to jump out? Look at this small little girl with a onesie. That's a cute outfit. Are you out of your mind? We're guaranteed to die if we jump out. No, you won't. Just keep quiet. That sea that you see over there is blood that flowed from the body of the administrator killed by Andrew. The administrator's blood is Shinsu itself. You won't die even if you've fallen in it. You have to jump into that blood in order to reach the real floor of death. It's a place formed from the body of the administrator that Andrew killed. That's why that place is known as the floor of death. She's right, regulars. That sea that you're looking at is nothing more than the outer shell of the floor of death. I mean, I haven't taken this route to the floor of death before, but it's true that we have to enter that outer shell in order to see the floor of death. Although no one can predict what will be in there, of course. You won't be able to see the truth unless you jump down from there. Oh crap. Let's go, let's jump into blood, sounds fun, yeah. Irure is always sleeping, but she's still changed like 4 outfits. Yeah, she has already done that more than Laura, right? She has already done more than Laura. We're supposed to jump... We're supposed to jump from here? Man, this is just insane. Just keep it simple. If we see you jump and survive, then the rest of us will go in after you. You say the scariest things like they're nothing. So why don't you jump first, Kun? Why are you using others? Just jump. Why are you so scared? I don't think I can do it. You're such a baby. Then I'll go first. It's safe to jump, Boro. Help me. You won't die even if you jump down here. It's something you need to do if you want to enter the floor of death anyway. Who are you? I told you, right? He's the scout who got on the train at the station on floor 40. David Hockney. He wandered around on his own in search of a picture after finishing the test. Ah, the one from the floor of death. You said that you wouldn't go to the floor of death. What brings you here? I changed my mind. Actually, I spoke with Emily yesterday, and she said that I would be able to find my picture on the floor of death in 2 days. So it seems like I'll have to go to the floor of death too. In 2 days on the floor of death? Did Emily really say that? I don't know, Laura might change his pants, but can't see it because of his blanket. Who even is to say that Laura wears pants? Who is to say that he even wears pants, Rin? David Hockney, the mysterious scout who got on the train on floor 40. Plus, he's from the floor of death. There's definitely a basis for the idea that Rachel is using him through Emily. Although he doesn't seem to notice it at the moment. If we play our cards right, we could even use this against her. So, why don't you come with us? You're from the floor of death, so it wouldn't hurt to have you with us. Thank you. So, why are you leaving her right now? Well, we should still wait a bit. There are still enemies left on the train. Swish, swish. Why are you guys just standing there instead of leaving? Yura, you finally showed up. I guess this is Wangnan. Because there's no need for anybody to be hooded besides Wangnan. Fangfet, David Hockney is the name of a real painter. I didn't know that either. I'm not that deep into the artist world, but I guess that's like a fun fact that Seo stated sometime in like a translator's note or on his blog or anything. Rachel must be inside the suitcase, huh? Yeah, and that's Wangnan. Who's that? That's right, Rachel is in the suitcase. Then tell her to come out. There's no need to go all the way to the floor of death just to settle this, right? Let's settle this right here and now. Oh my, such confidence. Judging from the way you're acting, even while knowing that we have Joaquin on our side, you must be putting all of your faith into that big shot behind you. Nah, because Bum is probably stronger than Joaquin right now. I might be talking out of my arse, but I don't know. Bum having absorbed the souls, which already made him capable of keeping up with Joaquin, and then also getting through the rice cooker training and learning the black hole Shinsu technique. Shouldn't he be stronger than Joaquin at this moment? And also as well because Joaquin is not his completed self yet. Just don't worry about me. We're not allowed to attack regulars on the train anyway. Big shots? I like the sound of that. As long as you don't attack first it is. I have no intention of getting involved, so resolve this among us, among yourself. Is she from the Ha family? Of course, I was worried for nothing. Thank you. Alright, then shall we start making a deal? A deal? That's right, I'll give you information about the foreign fragment, as well as the whereabouts of your companions whom you must be wondering. In return, let us leave this place. What? Information about the foreign fragment? Companions? You mean Wangnan's team? Yes, that is exactly what I said. No need to repeat me. That's right. Isn't this a very reasonable offer? Now choose. Will you let us go to the floor of death in exchange for information about the foreign fragment and your companions? Or will you fight us here? Of course. If you fight us, you may never end up getting your hands on the foreign fragment. Let's take that offer, Kun. We have no choice. Bye bye! Remember, if you even try to escape my lighthouse... my lighthouse will attack you. Princess Yuri can attack from here too. I know. In return, you have to let me go as soon as I give you the information. Fine. So, what do you know about Wangnam? Are we starting with that? Probably they're hiding somewhere on the train. We actually did trap a spade by using Emily to leave the train, and they fell for it. We're so close to catching them, but at that moment, Kasano betrayed us and decided to save Horyang, so we missed all of them. Really? Yeah, we were stunned too. You should be able to meet them again if you keep going up the tower. They said they were leaving once they passed the floor of death. Whew, what a relief. I heard about Kasano leaving, but I didn't know that it was really in order to save Horyang. So he told us to look on Emily as a way of telling us their position. Wait, something not right. If Wangnan really did escape, then why haven't we seen him? Plus, why would she go so far as to make a deal and tell us that kind of thing? Something must have happened to him. Yeah, it's so hard to notice that is Wangnan. Like, similar body size, similar, like, positioning and everything. You can slightly see the blonde hair coming out of the hood. If you stare close enough, you might be able to see his eye color. Now on to the main subject, about the foreign fragment. Find the house where the Princess of the Deep Colored Sea lives and ask for it. The place where 3 waterfalls flow. If you go there and follow the red light, you will reach the place with the foreign fragment. The Princess of the Deep Sea? That's the only clue that we have. We have to use the same clue to find the foreign fragment now too. What does that mean? It's too abstract. But that's all we know too. Now, let us go. You're not thinking of backstabbing us now that you've gotten everything that you wanted, are you? I'm not sure. What should we do? Kun! Think about it, Bum. There are way too many strange things about the clues that she gave us. The fact that she even made a deal with us and told us that stuff in the first place is suspicious. Something must have happened to Wangnan's team. We can't let them go like this. Why are you all gathered here? Is it Karaka? Yeah. I was going to just leave quietly, but I didn't think that you would all be here. It's as if you're praying for me to kill you. So Wangnan and Karaka are already meeting, basically. If death is your dream, then I'll make it come true. You little... Come here, you little shit. Listen here, you little shit. How's our chat? How are you still alive? I was sure they killed you. I don't know. Maybe I am an immortal god? Cut the crap. Regulars. Is Huakin inside there? Is that Rachel person in there too? Who are you? Karaka, the god of FUG. That's the man that Guardian mentioned. You're going to the floor of death with me. Follow me. How dare you? It's hard to control the Shinsu with it being unstable. Is it because this is the floor of death? You of your grace. You can't fool me just by changing your hairstyle. You're coming with me too. Bam! I can't dodge this. Then I would rather destroy it. Evan! Are you okay? Nicely done, Evan. That damn navigator. I have to forget about taking him with me for now. Back to the original plan. Bing, 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 bing. Splash. Right into the blood. I missed him. Thank you, Evan. What were you thinking? He's a rancor. What were you just standing there for? What's this? Karaka's Shinsu is gradually disappearing? I'm still not strong enough. What on earth did he learn on the train? Look at this. He's even scaring a high ranker. Bam is like probably so OP already. And he just needs to continue climbing the tower. And we'll probably get, after that, after the floor of death, we will probably get some sort of skip which we gradually get into floor 50 or something. Because we're obviously not seeing every floor. I mean, at least we saw way more floors compared to Season 1, but I don't still prefer Season 1 over whatever we have seen in Season 2 so far. I wonder if Hell Train can change that. What on earth did you just do? Making Karaka's Shinsu disappear like that. I guess it's not strong enough for anchors. What on earth did this boy learn on the train? When I first met him, he was just an ordinary boy, without any power at all. I need to get stronger. And it hasn't even been that long since that, but now, he's growing so quickly that I can't believe it, even after seeing it with my own eyes. I thought he was a completely different type of race from Urek Masino, but I guess not. Is this the power of an irregular? Perhaps we have been raising a monster that will be the greatest threat of all to us. A fishy. Hey, could you loosen your grip a bit? You're squeezing me so tightly that it hurts. Sure. That bastard Karaka, how is he still alive? I know, right? Even after getting hit with an attack like that. Are you okay, Bob? I never thought he would be alive after getting hit multiple times with Kronos in a lethal attack. Not only is he alive, he's actually completely fine. Plus it seems like he was on the train with us. Is he really some kind of immortal god? That can't be. Only Jahad and the 10 great family leaders made a deal for immortality with the administrator. Anyway, it looks like there's one more thing for us to watch out for now. Since Karaka has got to the floor, yeah, he'll definitely keep going after the boy. Well then, let's head inside. Ugh. We really won't die if we jump in there, right? Hurry up! In spite of how it looks, it seems safe. Judging from how casually Hockney is telling us to go in there. I suggest you hurry up and get over here. We have to all go in almost simultaneously in order to arrive in the same path. If we go in separately, we'll end up getting pulled apart by different currents. Then we won't all be able to get to the same path together. So, how about holding hands? Season 1 feels so different from everything else that I have trouble reading it now. It feels different because Karaka's World of Darkness is really OP, I don't know. Like Rin always says, Season 1 is a very big prologue. So it has almost no connection to anything that's going on later down the line. Like, yes, Bum was pushed down and that's the reason why he joined to FUG, but Season 1 seems like its very own thing. And that's something I have noticed from Tower of God in general. It feels, in one way or another, it feels episodic. Not like every episode is not connected to each other, but episodic might be too harsh. It's more like, instead of episodes, it's like every arc is itself. I feel like I could start reading an arc. I could start reading an arc that has happened in Season 3. Where I have not read the stuff leading up to it. But I feel like I would understand most of it because the arcs feel like they're their own stuff. Most of the time. Splitting up on the floor of death is essentially the same as asking for death. Stop hesitating and just jump in. Season 1 is okay. I prefer Season 2 over Season 1. I don't know. At least Season 1 didn't have like some very slow and bad parts compared to Season 2. I mean, obviously Season 2 has already been 3 times the size of Season 1, but that's also weird. That's that big. It could have been separated into separate arcs. Yeah, you will not understand Season 3 without Season 2. I don't know. I mean, I cannot say it, but I feel like I could have read all of these Season 2 arcs without having read Season 1 and without having read some of the Season 2 arcs leading up to it. Like, I could have read Revolution Road without anything from Season 2 before that. I would have just been, oh, new characters, because I wouldn't have met these characters before, but I could have read that. Same for Name Hunt Station. Season 3 is heavily based on Season 2. I also wonder why it's just called Season 2. Like, we have the separation in Season 2, right? We have the workshop battle and we have the Hell Train. So, why isn't the workshop battle is Season 2 and the Hell Train is Season 3? Because they're two very big giga sagas or something. It could just be their own seasons. Stop hesitating and just jump in. I'll cry for you if you die. You're a side character anyway, it doesn't matter if you die. Oh my god, Siu is even aware that I don't care about these characters. Well, that may be so, but just go. We should go too, Bum. Okay. Okie dokie. And there they go. Down the red blood. It's warm and quiet. It feels as if I've returned to somewhere I once lived for a long time. Talking about the cave, or are you talking about how you were this administrator in a past life, Bum? Lights. What? Why that way? No, he'll end up in a different path if he goes that way. Hey! Bum! Hey, snap out of it, you can't go that way, come back! Hey! Season's the best emo, but Flow of Death is still my favorite part of Tower of God. Bum! Bum! Can really never take my eyes off that kid. My Shinsu isn't working. Damn it. No, Kun. There's no way for us to grab him. The important thing for now is that we stay together. The situation will only get worse if we get separated from Hugh here. Yeah, Kun is just losing more and more brain cells because he only wants to follow Bum anymore. Like, Kun... Okay. It's like the unique red theme in art, but Flow of Death... Flow of Death, but Season 3 art is the best. Don't know if a lot of people agree with me, but I think most people would say Flow of Death was pretty good. Kun, it's becoming less and less of a good character, because Kun is becoming exactly what Bum was in Season 1 and 2 until he met Rachel. Kun is almost as reliant and so intent on following Bum as Bum was on chasing after Rachel. That is very similar. Art gets better and better for sure. Finding people who like Season 3 is rare. So that makes me excited for Season 3, I guess. Bum is getting sucked into something because he noticed something he felt familiar to. I don't know why, but he's unconscious. He'll end up drifting away alone if we just leave him like that. I have to at least try to get him. Swish, swish. There! Dorsey, can we use Bong Bong to get him? No, it doesn't work either. What the hell is this place? Crap. Somebody used the toilet. The drain from the toilet is sucking them out. Ah! What the hell is this now? The water is gone. We're falling. We're alive. Is this one of the paths that Hockney mentioned? It feels like we're inside somebody's body. Why didn't my Shinsu work anymore? Is it because this place is made of dead administrators? Where's Bum and Hockney? What happened? It looks like they've been separated from us. Based on what Hockney said, it sounded like there are several paths. So if they're safe, there's a good chance that they ended up in a different path. I'm not sure whether it's a good thing or not that Bum ended up together with Hockney. Well, there's still a high chance that Rachel may try to control him by using Emily. Well, we're still not certain about that. You guys, haven't you even noticed that one other person is missing? Pay attention. What? Who are you? That girl's gone too. Huh? What? It's true, she's missing. Maybe she planned the whole thing knowing that Bum was headed in another direction. That sneaky little... Well, it's possible since she's a guide. You didn't see this coming at all, Evan. No, the prescience of guides is almost useless here. The chances are very slim that she saw the future and went down a different path. Huh. Come to think of it, I was unable to control Shinsu before too. I have a strong feeling that this floor is dangerous. I really hope that Bum is safe. Most people I talk to like it so far, to be honest. Now, there's a lot of people who like Season 3. It's just Season 3 is the most controversial. It has the highest points and also lowest lows in the whole story at the same time. That's That's a statement. Lower than Revolution Road? The howling sound of a beast. Something is coming. We ended up getting separated from the others. Well, we got caught in such a powerful current. It's so interesting to see all these, what I assume to be organs. First saga is pretty slow, but other than that, it's good. I don't know. Let's wait and see. I'm having a hard time adjusting since I haven't been here in ages. If I end up running into a gatekeeper in this state... And look at it! It's almost like he summoned a gatekeeper. It's been ages since an outsider has turned up here, so I came to see who it is. This is such a surprise. What are you doing back here, Hockney? 3 months earlier, somewhere near the Name Hunt station. Is he still not woken up? No, since you withstood such a tremendous shock. Of course I got her out of there quickly, but it's entirely thanks to her abilities that she has survived. The shock that she suffered is probably greater than we can even imagine. I suppose so. Still, this isn't good. If she's sleeping for this long... You're right, it certainly isn't good. We have to hurry and catch up to the train too. So it's Urek and some, like, butler guy. They seem to be on the floor of death. Don't we also have unfinished business on there? So, is this Yihua? I don't recognize her, so... Mazino. Yes. They're stating the name Mazino like we don't know who he is. And I don't know why, but Mazino stands there like he's the biggest fuckboy of them all. I don't know why he's like pushing out his ass. Like this drawing looks like he's literally pushing out his gluteus maximus. Yuji is his name. The butler guy. Okay. Thank you. You guys saved our lives. Don't mention it. I'm just relieved that at least you woke up first. But why did you help us? Are you rankers from the Yon family? Well, we'll just leave it at that, since I can't give you any details. I was observing you all as per orders from my superior over there. And you should thank that woman over there for the fact that you're still alive. It was because of her flame that you all survived. Damn! It's because of Yihua that Rak survived? Not because of his own feats? Incredible! Because of her flame? Yes, when you were caught up in Yuri Jahad's attack on the station, the thing that saved you in an instant, all from almost certain death, was the flame of the Yeon family that was asleep within her body. The flame of the Yeon family is an extremely powerful flame, which is only passed down to direct family descendants. Oh, she's also a direct line guy. But she says only direct female descendants. So it's only direct female in that case? Not even only direct line, but only direct female line. My guess is that flame is probably activated momentarily to protect the life of its master. Of course, even with that power, it could only protect you from that fragment of Yuri's attack for a moment. But I was able to save you all because you managed to survive for that moment. I see. Yes, she's still asleep because she used power greater than her own abilities. But she'll wake up soon once the power of the flame returns. But what about Rak, who fell with us? I don't see him. Rak? There was no such person there. Yay, he's not there. What? I didn't see anyone named Rak. You two were the only ones that you just saved. Oh no! Rak is not there! That can't be. There was definitely one more person with us. He's a little alligator wearing red clothes. He's still a child. An alligator? Was there anyone like that, Yuji? No, I didn't see anyone like that. Although, according to the data that I received, there was someone like that on their team. But what on earth happened? I was sure that he fell with us. He didn't die, did he? Anyway, so you're positive that they're heading to the floor of death, right? Yes, definitely. I see. The floor of death. You really can't even predict what that kid's going to do. This is getting interesting. I'd better go to the floor of death too. I'll finally be able to let loose after all this time. What are you doing back here, Hockney? That voice. Mata? Huh, my back. Hey, it's been a while, Hockney. You're still as short as ever, I see. Mata? So, what are you doing back in this hellhole, Hockney? Did you come because you missed me? Nope. Looks like you still never lie. You're still living in this gloomy place. This is how all parasites like me live. since we're survived by invading the body of a larger bug and controlling them. The host has no choice but to obey me as long as it's connected to the blue orb. What do you think? Isn't this really great? I called it many-leg. Is it not really cute? Isn't it really cute? Is not it really cute? Isn't it really cute? I don't know. English. I can never figure out your tastes. Still, I hope you don't mind me staying here for a bit. But who's this man? Is he a person that you met on that outside? Well, I just happened to come in with him. Really? It's a good thing I put my life on the line to help you escape. Now you've even made a friend and became a real respectable person. Well, I don't really know this man. He's just some guy who happened to come here with me because we share the same purpose. He's not a real friend in the sense that you're thinking of. How could a monster like me even make friends with anyone? Hockney, I know, Bum is also a monster. But it's not like Hockney is going to be relevant in the future, probably. It's probably similar how Kaiser/Elaine was in the Name Hunt arc, and how how Daniel was in the last arc on the train, and how Beta was a bit relevant in the workshop battle, but then not again. Like, characters are relevant in some arcs, and then they're so liked and cool that CEO wants to continue to include them, but they become side characters that we only see like every 200 chapters. I'm going to South City. What? You're going to South City? Why? Hell Joe will try to kill you if he finds that you're back. Hell Joe, that's a weird name. That's true. But I still have to go. There's a piece of my lost picture there. You can find what you've lost on the south side of the floor of death in 2 days. This is what Emily told me. There's nothing that this device cannot tell you. I see. I came here to look for the red light matter. The painting is my soul itself. You know that. I absolutely must find that picture. It's here. The Gatekeeper. What is that monster? My boy Joe. Joe is such a stupid name. Anybody who's named Joe, my condolences. That must be one of the gatekeepers that Hockney mentioned. Looks like we have another interesting looking thing on our hands, Evan. What should we do? First, wouldn't it be better to leave it to the regulars? Since we have to get an idea how much they can handle here. We can't protect them forever. Huh, that is true. Hey, you guys! Go ahead and beat that monster yourselves. If you get your butts kicked here, then we're heading back. We have to beat that thing on our own? Isn't that a bit dangerous? But we've only just entered the flow of death. I think we should try. But Hockney says it's very strong. What are you waiting for? Let's get this over with quickly. We have to go in and find Bam and Wario. There's no time to waste. And Dorsey, she's going ahead and attacking on her own. And Dorsey's Jahad's special skill. That skill, isn't that your chiffon sword? Sheesh, she already learned something from Yuri. That? Hey, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Are you sure it's not that Endorsey is stronger than you thought? I guess so. Swish. Huh? What the? Endorsey, the best character. Sheesh, somebody who agrees with me. What the? What is that? Its main body? I don't like the way it's smiling like that. Small, fast ball. That thing may very well be trickier than to face. But why was it hidden inside that monster? Oh, that's the main body? This is getting interesting, Evan. We're not here to play, princess. Your turn. Huh? You handle it now. I bit the monster, so I leave that thing to you. Honestly, I did most of the work, didn't I? Don't be ridiculous. I thought you said that thing was the main body. Hey, you're just worried that your clothes are going to get ruined, aren't you? What should I do? She actually does something, unlike the others. I don't know, she's just annoying anymore. I don't know how you find her annoying. And I don't know how Mighty 9 is like, it feels like he's my second account or something. Like, Mighty 9 is sharing my opinions. She actually does something. Something like driving. I mean, you can keep on joking with the bong bong stuff, but at least she's actually doing something, unlike other characters. Like, you guys keep on saying that Rock, even at this point, is a good character, but he has literally done nothing. What should I do? It's a bit earlier than I thought. Should I test this skill once? Come out, Enna core. Right, 7 intruders. The enemies took the bait. 2 of them are threatening. We'll get rid of all of them. And even if she's just driving, that's more valuable than what most of the other characters are doing. Without her, most of the characters would have died due to the clash between Yuri and Karaka. 2 of them are threatening. We'll get rid of all of them. Call Richia Falawan. Like the Padawan, okay. What should I do? It's a bit earlier than I thought. Should I test the skill once? Come out, Enna core. What is that? The lighthouse is split into pieces? What on earth did you teach him, Evan? Haha, just you wait and see, princess. And Dorsey is just a free teleporter with an annoying personality, Amal. What about her personality do you find annoying? Like, she's acting like a normal person would. Like, she's acting like pretty... Like, in my opinion, she's even less annoying than Kun at this moment. Because Kun doesn't really have a personality anymore, besides wanting to kill Rachel and following Bum. Hey, perfectly suited to him. I can feel some dark aura. Essentially also, Kun's dream or goal of becoming the head of the Kun family, it feels like he kind of put that on the sideline, because he's like, I want to follow Bum. If I don't follow Bum, it feels like my life is not worth anything. And if I follow Bum, it feels like interesting things are happening. So he's only following Bum anymore. He doesn't have any goals on his own anymore. She's a toxic girl? Toxic in what way? Am I not seeing the toxicity? I can feel some dark aura. What a relief. It doesn't look like there are any problems with the lighthouse even here on the floor of death. Bodo, I'd like to ask you a favor. Could you go stand at a spot where the lighthouse is shining and stick out the needle? Like this? Perfect. Just stay right there. No matter what happens, you have to stay there like that. What's he going to do? The ball is able to fly through the air quickly and even perform long-range attacks. There aren't many people on our team who can face an enemy like that. NH was a good example. A good example of her not wanting to die. Like, okay, she said the one thing, you guys should help me because I need this to survive. Which in the end, they did exactly that. But instead of listening to her and working out the problem, they just ignored her and said, but I need to do something as well. So they, instead of just communicating with each other, they just said like, no, Dorsey, your thing is not as important as ours. And then they did they still helped her, but they just didn't communicate with her. It's obvious that she wants them to help her, because they're supposed to be friends, comrades, and her life was on the line. But apparently, Bum first thought his own stuff is more important, until he randomly got that thought, wait a second, I could do my own thing and help Dorsey. Why didn't I think about that before? I literally told Dorsey that I don't care about her life. But with this skill of mine... Swish! It's coming! Kun, what now? It's coming right at me! Wait, what? Sachi! How much longer do I have to stay like this? Kun, I don't know what you're trying to test, but whatever it is, I should suggest you hurry up. There, I finished installing the lighthouse. Enna core, activating the mystery sphere. Okay. Wong wong. What is that? A honeycomb sphere? I trapped it. Grrr. It's escaping. Boing. Huh? It went back into the sphere. Boing, 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 boing. Grrr. What the heck is that? Enna core. It's an advanced technique that allows you to perform the calculations of 9 lighthouses with just a single lighthouse. It splits the lighthouse into numerous sites, and each site handles different calculations. On a purely theoretical level, it's an extremely simple skill. Actually, it's a very difficult skill, since even dividing one site causes a massive overload. Anyway, with that lighthouse that possesses a tremendous calculating power, that sphere filled with numerous teleportation surfaces allows you to capture opponents. The Mystery Sphere. Are you saying that that kid is able to use such a high level skill? Of course it was too hard, that's why I upgraded Lighthouse. I used a Class A kit made secretly in the factory to enhance it, an Enna core upgrade kit. It's an amazing kit that upgrades an ordinary Lighthouse to one which uses an Enna core. Just so you know, it's extremely expensive and illegal. So basically saying, Kun was not skilled enough to do it, so instead of Kun becoming better to do it, Evan gave Kun another better item, which just shows me more and more that Kun is very reliant on his high-grade items. I mean, he's still able to control it, so that's something, but without the item, he wouldn't have been able to do it. So you gave it to the regular. That's like you, Evan. I had no choice. It was the most fail-safe and effective method. Plus, I could just say that you made me do it if anyone asked about the illegal parts. I told you. Here on the floor of death, there's a good chance that even we may be in danger. Think about which regular is in a position to help us the most. It's the Lightbearer. Evan, you intend on trusting him with supporting us? Yes, I plan on trusting him with supporting us. Although you may say that it's a ridiculous idea. That guy will definitely be helpful. This is fun. Boing, 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 boing. Shall we end this now? Changing Mystery Sphere modes. Red Crystal. I turned red. That thing seems super angry. It's getting faster. Bodo, no matter what happens, hold on tightly to that needle. What? It'll be out soon. Whoosh. Huh? What the hell? What's going on? Swish. Huh? What's going on, Kun? Why is that thing suddenly right in front of me? Red mode. When an opponent charges with tremendous power to break through the sphere, I can use the power against it and teleport it wherever I like. It's red mode since the sphere turns red. Seal off the enemy and teleport it to the desired place with the enemy's force. It is not a powerful means of attack, but it's a faithful skill for the roles of the Light Bearers as an assistant. It would take a tremendous amount of effort for even the strongest opponent to break through the sphere. Hey, stop acting so cool. Come on and let us sit inside. We have to find Bomb, you know? What, are you jealous? They go in. Crack. Yes, well done, Many-Leg. Here it comes. It will move upwards to the right in a zigzag. You'll hit it head on if you swing in 10 seconds. Okay. Whoa, one shot! His armpit is talking. I'd forgotten how remarkable they are, those eyes of yours. Are you using them again? A bit. We'll all be in danger unless we get rid of that thing and quickly. Since the Richie level Gatekeeper will a Richie level Gatekeeper. Another word that I have no idea what it means. Alright, let's keep going with this energy. Let's at least head to the hall together. I wonder if those guys are okay. If they act carelessly, they will be hit by the Richie. Mata, I'm fine, so just help that guy's companions. You're fine to go to the hall by yourself? Have you forgotten? You're no longer just another bug crawling around here. In order for you to get into the floor of death, the final gatekeeper at the entrance to the hall will probably ask for your soul. I'll try my best to hide you and get you into the hall. Until then, stay with me. Thanks, Mata. Alright. This place is dark. Light. That light that was calling me. Where could it be? We finally arrived. This giant bug is so fast. Of course, it doesn't have all those legs for nothing. What does having legs, lots of legs, have to do with being fast? Aren't the two related? So you don't know. Where is this? Alright, now how am I going to trick him? Final Gatekeeper. Looking like some sort of Buddha. Are you on the giant bug, trying to get into the floor of death? I am the final gatekeeper. The living may not enter this place. The dead must tell me their soul's name that has been assigned and where they are belong to. Mata, Julio Mata. As a parasite, I keep an eye on out intruders. I plan on heading back home after finishing the task. Please let me in. Agni, are you awake? Where am I? Where are the others? Shh! Be quiet for a minute. I know you must have a lot of questions, but just be quiet for now. If that guy finds out that we're inside this giant bug, it will only complicate things. He's known as a High Richie monk, the final gatekeeper. If he finds out that we're riding in this bug, he'll try to take away our souls. Take away our souls? So he's a Richie, whatever that means, I guess. Hey, how can you get the effect of 9 lighthouses with just 1? Isn't that cheating? How could you only learn such sneaky skills? Are you just jealous because you want my skills so badly? I don't envy that kind of skill at all. You can't do anything about a fisherman anyway. Well, that's not exactly incorrect. But Enna has one more secret that I didn't tell the princess. About the existence of an ignition weapon named Beta within Kuhn's lighthouse right now. He has been a part in the lighthouse for ages just to get on the Hell train. Since that way he would be seen as a weapon and allowed on the Hell train. But his presence happened to be the solution that allowed Kuhn to use Enna. So it's even less of Kuhn's own skills. He's using Beta. It's thanks to his support as an ignition weapon that Kuhn was able to perform the calculation for Enna, something impossible for all regulars to handle. So, even more reliant on items. Kuhn is such a fraud. The fact that it was in the lighthouse was extremely lucky, since ultimately the calculations were for the Enna were made possible with his help. So strictly speaking, the current Enna is practically a collaboration between Kuhn and Beta. It feels so stuffy in here. But because of that, Beta's lighthouse is the only one that can use the true Enna and even that would be unusable if it became overloaded. Enna would be unusable if that lighthouse were ever attacked. This is a critical weakness. It's not Kuhn being weak. Now, I already said that Kuhn at least has some sort of power, but without all of his items, Kuhn would be almost just basic. Average. Or slightly above average because he also has doping blood inside of him. Like, he can only use the Enna because it's like a ranker level item, to be fair. Yeah, Kuhn is only able to do that because he got a ranker level item from Evan, and then also a true ignition weapon being inside of the lighthouse as well. So, as always, without his items, Kuhn is way weaker. He still probably can keep up with other people, but Kuhn without his items would be way weaker than he is. He's just using a cheat code because he has all these connections, and now Evan is helping him. Still, it was an unexpected bit of luck that that boy is able to use Enna He should be able to make good use of it as long as his weakness is not exposed. Huh? I thought I saw something approach at a distance. Sure enough, look at what we have here. It's a giant stag beetle. These look kind of tough. Now, hurry up and let me pass. You'll take our souls? What do you mean? Just be quiet, Bum. He said, shh, be quiet for a minute. Why do you need the explanation right now, Bum? He's the final gatekeeper. He guards the entrance to the hall and steals the souls of anyone who tries to enter. Gatekeepers are a kind of systematic group divided into watchmen, eyebugs, and giant leeches. You're explaining all that. You're explaining all that while you just said, be quiet for a minute. You're not being quiet yourself, you fucking idiot. When you defeat a watchman, an orb comes out of them to buy time while an eyebug determines the location of the enemy and calls the leeches. So they defeated the watchman, so the eyebug came out, and the eyebug told the leeches, and now Yuri and the others are being approached by the leeches. Leech gatekeepers are giant bugs without a soul or ego. That's why they don't die no matter how much you attack them. The people on the floor of death have also had their souls stolen, just like those leeches. They're trapped here with their souls stolen, unable to even die. So basically, their souls were stolen, similar to how in the last arc the names were stolen. and the people couldn't leave or do anything with their names stolen. So, very similar thing. We have to hand over our souls too in order to get in there. Plus, once you have your soul stolen, you can't get it back. In other words, you can't leave the floor of death again. To be fair, I'm not a bum fan, but still, I would probably ask as well. Dude, if somebody tells me to say, be quiet or you get your soul stolen, I literally would zip my mouth. I would zip my mouth for however long they want me to do. But you left the floor of death. That's because I decided you parasite Marta was not allowed. No entry into the floor of death. What? Why not? I'm one of the dead who has clearly offered you my soul. You know very well why you cannot answer. I know that there are 2 living people inside that giant bug of yours. I am the one who sees souls. You cannot deceive my eyes. So we're busted. I mean, in the end, like, seeing the souls wouldn't have changed anything even if they weren't talking. But it's still... the point still stands. So we're busted. The living cannot enter the floor of death. So those 2 people must also hand over their souls and become the dead. If you want to enter with those 2, give their souls to these divine sea fish. I knew it. I guess we failed to trick them. What's that? It's a divine sea fish that takes away souls. It's known as a soul devourer. Ride this giant bug back to your companions. If you leave now, you may be able to get away without having your soul stolen. This place is too much for you guys to handle. What? Then what about you? I'm going inside even if I lose my soul. There's something that I need to find inside there. Right, you need to find your soul. Because apparently, the red light is your soul. That painting is your soul. So you're giving a soul to find your soul, which is also weird. Are you really going, Hockney? Of course, I didn't come all the way here just to turn around and leave. Then I'll go with you. What? There's something that I need to find in there too, even if it costs me my life. I can't turn back now. I felt some kind of light calling me when I entered this place. I have to find that light. Light? I didn't see anything. Did he see something on the way here? Why is he putting his life on the line to get into the floor of death in the first place? Whatever the reason, I don't think I'll be able to stop him. Alright then, follow me. So it's you 2, the intruders who are trying to enter the floor of death. Tell me your names. David Hockney, the 25th bomb. Very well, hand over your souls. Just stay still, they're trying to take your souls. You'll still go on living. Nom 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 nom. Something is missing. Yeah, because his soul is not complete. His soul is not complete, so even if you're eating a soul, you're only eating like, I don't know, 3/4 of his soul or something. And Bum has like 1 billion plus souls inside of him. What the? Why do you have so many souls? Oh wow. Several souls came out of one person. Who on earth are you? Those are the souls that I got from Joaquin's clone. Could I just leave my soul at only? I have to protect these people's souls. Who are you? A monster? He probably won't believe me if I tell him about Joaquin. Still, I also can tell him that I'm an irregular. I'm just an ordinary regular. I leave my soul with you, so please let me in. Request denied. It's the bamboo spears. The final Gatekeeper Shinsuke bamboo spears. That red light. I'm going to have to test you. It's coming. The bamboo spear is coming. What's your position? I'm a wave controller. Then you must be able to use Shinsu. Send as much Shinsu as you can right into the center of the bamboo spear. There's no way to avoid it anyway. The only way to destroy it is to aim for the empty center. What? You want me to attack its empty center? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's the core of those bamboo spears. Just trust me. Shinsu Black Hole Sphere. Smash the center of the bamboo spear. As much Shinsu as possible. He defeated my Shinsu bamboo spear with one shot. Whoa! Did it work? Just one shot of Shinsu. He didn't look that strong. What's that shining Shinsu over there? That's some unique Shinsu technique. I can sense its mysterious powers even from the single shots. A boy with the souls of several people within his body, who uses a mysterious item and Shinsu. This is an extremely suspicious intruder. I cannot allow him any further inside. That's enough, final Gatekeeper. You have been ordered to let them inside, alive. What? Who said that? The hermit in the North City, Garam. Why would she suddenly take interest in the outsiders? Can't believe they broke through Leech Falawan's strong armor so easily. These guys are much more powerful than I thought, but it doesn't matter. Leech Falawan is immortal. They will never defeat it, no matter how much they attack. These monsters are coming back to life. Is reaction a trend nowadays? This kid is sure is persistent, but he'll end up regretting it if he keeps showing off his power there so thoughtlessly. What would you like to do? Just leave him. There's no need to save him when he's choosing to run in here of his own accord. He seems very confident, but he'll end up dying at that rate. Who are you? Are you a family again? Kun family? Because this could either be blue hair or white hair. But it reminds me more of Kun. I'm going to go meet that boy. I want to see for myself whether he's real or not. Andrew, a long time has passed since he killed the administrator here. Now it's a tale passed down like a legend. But now, a boy who has appeared here who has power just like this. Whew. Could this be the start of another tale? Could that boy really change everything? I don't know. Bam is the protagonist. He has all of the plot, power, armor working together with him. I feel like Bam should be capable of doing something. God, I'm surprised that she's taking an interest in outsiders. This is the first time since Urek Mazino. I guess I don't have a choice. I will let you pass. I will specially allow the two of you to enter with your souls. What? You will find out the reason when you head inside. I will return the souls that I took from you. But just remember this. You may only stay in there with your souls for 1 week. If you are in there any longer than that, you will become prey for the dead. So if you want to live, I suggest that you get out before then. That looks so gooey in this picture. And there they are. Oh, the cutie with the legs. Look at them. Look at those legs. Oh, this is an insanely complicated passage. What was that red water that we passed before? It's the blood that spilled from the administrator when we entered here. The blood is high concentration Shinsu, which is absolutely necessary for people living on the floor of death. The Shinsu is the inner part of the floor of death that we're entering now. The Shinsu in the inner part of the floor of death that we're entering now has very low density, so they send the blood in like this to adjust the concentration. The tiny blood vessels in the administrator's corpse connect to the outside and make the blood flow inwards. Like day every day, exactly. This hole is made of countless blood vessels from the thick strands among them, although we don't know exactly who made it. This hole is both the largest gateway leading into the inner city and its lifeline. The problem is that a certain warlord on the inside is trying to take control of it. Of course, we can also get inside through those tiny blood vessels, but it's very complicated and dangerous, so there's no record of an outsider ever having entered. Hockney, let's have a word for a sec. Huh? What on earth have you brought here? That kid's a total weirdo. What kind of person has so many souls inside themselves? Plus he uses that strange Shinsu. It makes no sense that the final Gatekeeper would just let him pass. What if he happens to be extremely dangerous? Still, isn't this good? I can go into the floor of death alive thanks to him. But still, it's not good to think of him as being dangerous. Just because he has a certain power mata. I don't think he seems like a bad person at least. Don't be suspicious of people for no reason. Hockney, do you actually feel like you can relate to that guy? Relate to him? If you mean that I feel similar to him, well, he seems like an unusual person, so perhaps... Hockney, well, that's the first step towards becoming friends. What? A sense of kinship. Congratulations, you finally found a potential friend. It's not like that. A friend, a friend. What's gotten into those two? Shut up. Hockney, already a good character, man. He's cute how he's connected to Bomb. Anyway, this is great. He's been separated from his companions too. So for now, let's ask him to look for your picture with you. I don't know about that. Many leg? Oh, there's the girl already. What the hell? Who are you? Seeing you up close like this, you're really cute. So another princess is already interested in him. No wonder true princes of Jahad are following you around. Hey, where do you think you're sitting right now? Get your butt up there right now. Mata, stop it. That woman seems strong. She might be the strongest person that I've ever seen. But you've just seen Yuri. He has unusual eyes. You're a bit different from what I imagined. Although I figured that you wouldn't be as rough as Urek. Urek? Do you know him? Well, of course. Although I would rather not know a fool like him. First, shall we go somewhere else and start talking? Hey, what are you doing? Destination, North City. That's it. Very good. Let's go, Many Toes. It's Many Leg. Mata, that's not important right now. There she is, Mommy. I like Mata. Mata is a cute character as well, like supporting Hockney. There she is, Mommy. So that's Masheni? That is Masheni. I thought Masheni had longer hair. I mean, the hair could be hidden inside of the coat. Yes, he saw Yuri and still said that. Nope, it's not Masheni. Still a mommy. Nah, she doesn't look like a mommy, to be honest. She does have like the lady-like appearance, but she doesn't look she doesn't have mommy vibes. There's still yet to be a character here who has mommy vibes. And the whole mommy thing is also a kind of weird, you know? The whole mommy and daddy thing, that's a very internet appearance in the last year or something, or the last 2 years. It's kind of weirding me out, man. I don't know why so many people suddenly develop mommy and daddy issues. Crap, why does it seem like there are even more than before? That's because they don't die. Is there anything that we can do, Evan? What could we possibly do against an immortal creature? Just run. Damn it. Finally, this place is wide enough. Take these kids and go on ahead, Evan. What? Running away just doesn't suit me. I'll make sure they can't follow us for a while. Rose shower? What's that insane girl up to? Crap, we're so dead. Whoop. Are you Jovial Grace's companions? What? Who are you? Oh, you must be. That's Yuri Jahad. Red hair? Just like Hwaryun. Oh, is it not a Scarlet Witch? Red Witch? Hwaryun asked me to come here. I'll lead the way for you guys. Just dropping out there like a mole. What is she doing with Manyleg? Control yourself, you could get killed. Although you wouldn't actually die since you don't have a soul, you know? Yeah. She knows Urek. Who on earth is she? Poor Manyleg. I really do hate that girl. Hey, just calm down. She doesn't seem to be here to hurt anyone. Does she know something about me? We're here. Sure, fast, Many Toes. Told you, it's Manyleg! Anyway, northern area of the Floor of Death, North City. Welcome to the North City. From here, we're going to ride another beast. Come down here. First you drag us over here without any kind of explanation, and now you tell us to just get down there? Who do you think would just listen to that? Then you two don't have to come here. I only have to see that boy in the coat about something. The two of you can head back. But you, boy, have to come with me. There's something that I absolutely have to give to you. I think you guys can head back. I'm going to follow her. What? A suspicious woman like her? Yeah, she may know something about what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, we're going to have to part ways here. We've already come all the way here together. We can't just leave you. If we're going, then we'll go with you. Mata! I feel bad just sending him off like this, don't you? But I have to find my picture. It will just be for around the day. You may be able to find something really important. Something really important? That's right. Yadu! Giant winged beast. Yadu. It's a winged beast. I've never seen someone before who can control a winged beast. Can it be tamed? Who on earth is that girl? Come in. So this is the insides of a winged beast. It's kind of creeping me out how we're inside of monsters this entire arc. We're inside the corpse of an administrator, which already makes me think how big that administrator was. I have some sort of frame of reference because we saw the administrator on the second floor. But all these insects are also weirding me out because they're like green and yellowy stuff, and that kind of looks weird. You two stay here for a minute. You come with me. What's going on? Don't get so interested in other people's business, Martha. I know you must be curious about a lot of things. It's just the two of us now. It's just the two of us now, so ask me whatever you like. Who are you? I am Garam Jahad. Yeah, I expected that you were a princess, but like, which family are you from? I'm the Prince of Jahad who went missing with 2 of the 13-month series a long ago. Princess in Season 2, Chapter 0. I don't remember that. We were in Rippolita's castle. Inline salute to Yuri Jahad for the internal glory. We already learned his name back there, Alumik Edrock. Oh yeah, that's Mashani. I remember her looking different, yeah. I remember, so obviously it's not Mashani then, yeah. But to be honest, because you guys kept on calling her a mommy, nah, she doesn't look like a mommy either. Like, she has this, like, she's like I'm emoting for some reason because I wrote in Season 2. She looks like a queen. She has like this queen appearance, but not really mommy. You're too old for that. Insane. So where's Garam? Still a second in a room. Puzroda. Some sort of stuff that's probably not important. Coffee mocha from you with lots of syrup and whipped cream. I just get hot chocolate for you. She still has this child, teenage-like appearance. And there's Rippolista. So she really isn't blonde. She was always pink-haired. And my selective memory just wanted to make her blonde. Green April. Oh yeah, here, because you're the first princess to get 2 of the 13-month series weapons since Garam. It's interesting, so Garam was mentioned all this time previously. That's what I can call pretty good. Like, okay, here comes my whole thing again, my whole spiel, because I would call this foreshadowing about Garam. That we might meet her in the future or anything, but like we're meeting her right now. But I don't know what the exact definition of foreshadowing is. If that is foreshadowing or if that is just mentioning something in the story. Yes, Rin, I have a thing for blondies. That's even true in the real world, man. But is she still from the Kun family? I mean, she only calls herself Garam Jahad, but like, Garam what's Jahad? Like, what's your other last name? Prince of Jahad. The princess of the deep-colored sea. the hint that Yura give me be real? Why would a Prince of the Heart be here? I told you, I disappeared with 2 of the 13 months series. I betrayed the Jahad family and have been hiding here. I found out too much of the truth to stay in the Jahad family. Like why we ended up being selected as princesses and fighting. Why we cannot rise to higher positions. What kind of person our father King Jahad is. And about your existence. You know about me? That's right. I've known about you for a long time. Of course, I don't have any kind of absolute beliefs about your existence. However, you have a right to know who you are. Do you want to know about yourself? Yes, anything. Alright then, I'll tell you what I know about you. However, it's up to you to take responsibility for whatever you hear. Orion told you to lead us? Yes, she's already on the inside. That girl, she took the easiest path on her own. I knew that she would know about some other path. I see. What about our guide, Evan? Even guides lose their sense of direction here. It feels like it's time for me to switch guides. This is strange. So, is this like... I don't know if I don't know which... I don't think we know which fam Garam is from, to be honest. The thing is, Rin, alone from the hair, she does have a similar hair color to people from the Kun family, right? And this panel here makes me think that guides can also be different in power or talent. Like, Orion might be what some people could call in the future the best guide that exists because she can see every path. Meanwhile, Evan can get interrupted by other stuff. And Princess, Orion told me to ask you for a favor in return for showing you the way. A favor? Yeah, she said that you would certainly do her a favor in return for leading the way. Nothing is ever free. What is it? Actually, there is a very bad person here. She would like you to get rid of that person for her. What? Who is it? He's the ruler of the South City. She's not a Kuno Arya for sure, but we don't know her family. So, okay, we don't know. We know that she's not part of those families, but we're not sure what she's either. Rin, Yuraha kind of looks like she has dyed hair. I know that the tower can have all kinds of hair colors, but like her deep blue kind of looks like somebody who dyed her hair to appear in a blue thing because she had this whole blue aesthetic when she was an idol. King Heljo. Karaka will be here soon too. What should we do, sir? Don't disturb me. I'm in the middle of something important. Lord of the South City, Heljo. Is he like reading manga? What? I have to read this comic. Yeah. I mean comic, not manga, but trotzdem. Yeah, but trotzdem. Exactly. Pyro, get the grip. Just so you know, all that I can tell you now is a very small part of a story about you. You'll find out about the things that I do not tell you when you have gotten stronger enough and can take responsibility for them. Wait, I know. You must be so curious to learn all about yourself. Heljo is such a good char, to be honest. No idea. His name is Joe. Can't take him seriously. If I do, it will ruin you. But don't be disappointed. As long as you do not get lost, you will certainly find out everything. Right. Now, shall we start? How much do you know about Jahad, the king of this tower? Somewhere on the floor of death. Where is this? Inside the floor of death. As we learned, somewhere inside of the floor of death. This place is the floor of death? Yes, that's exactly what I just said. I suggest that you be careful. This is a place inhabited by the dead who have lost their soul. It's a dangerous place even for rankers. Helljoe is literally me. I also need to read a new Tower of God chapter today. But today isn't Monday. Wait, I also, Violin. That was something the last time you talked about that, I did think I either misunderstood you or I wasn't sure of what you said. Are you up to date with the English version? Or are you up to date with the English Fast Pass version? Or are you up to date to the Korean version? Right. Shall I take Whiteout now? No, it's better like this for now. Since I have to protect you if a Gatekeeper happens to appear. For now, 2 are better than 3. By the way, Karaka, based on the rumors that we've heard, in order to enter the Flow of Death, you need to offer the soul of one person. Do we not need a soul to offer? It's not just the soul of one person. You must offer the souls of everyone entering. You were mistaken. With Korean version. So, is the Korean version basically as far as the English Fast Pass? Because English Fast Pass should be around... What is it? ...12 chapters ahead from the furthest the English people can be. Don't worry. We're going to enter using a hidden route anyway. Even if an enemy appears, just stay still and don't panic. Sure, got it. I wasn't expecting this at all. Coming to the Floor of Death with a Slayer. How did that guy get on the train? Why is the music stalking like this? I'm wondering... Why is the Korean version ahead of the English version? I know the easy answer is because Seo is Korean, so the Korean version is the original. But isn't translating doesn't take that long. It should be possible to do in the same time frame, right? I can sense a tremendously powerful wave of Shinsu, even when he walks. If he happens to be after the Thorn too, there's no way for us to beat him. We had better change our plan. Can't believe Karaka from FGG has joined us. He's a legend. At this rate, it will be hard to backstab him as planned. Somehow, I have to wait for a moment when that man isn't around. 567 is fast pass. No, I don't speak Korean, just reading fan translations, but then I reread official English. Oh, so you're basically reading... With that, so you're not you're reading on a not official site. So, like, we all know the gray sites. I'm not going to mention any of them, and I also don't say that you should read there. If you read Webtoons, you always need to go on Webtoon because it supports the artist, and now that we have this done, you basically read it on a gray site. Joe, what's with that unusual name? It's the name of the warlord who is currently ruling the South City. This place is divided into South City and the North City. The North City is ruled by Grand Delee, while Helljoe is the ruler of the South City. Helljoe, the warlord of the South City, is like a tyrant, so everyone in the South City fears him. He's something of a maverick, so he never trusts anyone else. Ah, he's like an unbranded calf. Okay, got it. He's like an unbranded calf. Don't want to catch spoilers like before, so decided to read ahead. So you did get hit by spoilers before. Yeah, I know how that feels. That's also why I sometimes read the One Piece chapters earlier than the official comes out. And with like 12 chapters ahead, then it's also understandable that it's even harder sometimes for spoilers. But it feels like Tower of God is not nearly as bad as One Piece with the spoilers. And if he dislikes anyone, he traps them in an eternal prison that they say that he's an evil, lawless man. I need to scroll up something because I forgot if it was Rin or Violin who said that. Mixture of both. Because Rin said Helljo is such a good character, and here I read that he's an evil, lawless man. I just feel like Rin always likes these evil characters. Like chaotic evil is what Rin likes. Just write in a chaotic evil character and Rin will like it. Helljo used to be a hole repairman in the South City. Here on the floor of death there are special organs called holes, which pull in Shinsu from the outside. Helljo is said to have found out everything there is to know about holes after working on them for such a long time. I'm sorry, I can't take this serious. He doesn't know everything about holes. Ultimately, Grand Tsar, the previous ruler of the South City, started trusting Helljo. Then he called him to his castle and appointed him top hole master. But Helljo had his sights set higher than that. Having become the top hole master, Helljo started changing the structure of the holes to suit his own will. Controlling the holes means essentially controlling the Shinsu and life of the South City. Helljo notified Grand Tsar's servants that he had taken control of the holes and convinced them to work for himself. In the end, most of Grand Tsar's servants ended up serving Joe, and he led them in an attack on the heart of the castle and suppressed Grand Tsar. Ultimately, he ended up taking control of the South City. I see. So why are you guys trying to get rid of Helljo? If it were simply a rebellion, there would be no reason for a guide from FUG to get involved, would there? Well, actually, Helljo is working with FUG and sending fragments of the Thorn to the outside worlds. Fragments of the Thorn? Do you mean the thing that Bum is using? Yes, the fragment that Viol uses is precisely that. So Helljo is the one who discovered those and smuggled them to the outside. They say that some monsters with strange eyes were the first one to discover them. After that, Helljo found out that there are people after them and started helping to move them to the outside. As far as we know, he has released 3 Thorn fragments to the outside. One of them ended up in the hands of FUG and was later delivered to Viol. We don't know where the other 2 went. So one is probably with Jahad and another one is with some sort of third party. Maybe Head-On. And they say that the final fragment that we haven't found yet is here on the floor of death. Apparently even Helljo is still looking for that one. So your request is to destroy Helljo before he finds the final fragment first? Yeah, that's the only way to keep Jue Viol Grace from becoming a target to Helljo. Viol still isn't ready to face Helljo himself. Since you came to this place to help Viol, I don't think it's an unreasonable request. What do you think? I have more than a few suspicions, but I guess I have no choice if I want to be shown the right way right now. Alright, we'll help you. Hooray! She's adorable. Why is she so adorable? Like these few panels seeing her like that, she's already adorable. Princess, how could you suddenly accept such a suspicious request? What else am I supposed to do? Are you going to lead the way? Do you need to be covered in stag beetles to bring you to the senses? In return you have to show us the way and take us to Bum too. Got it! Master Joe? Master Joe? Are you still not done reading the comic? Don't disturb me. But Master Joe, Karaka, a slayer from FUG is on his way here. Perhaps he's coming to claim the Thorn fragment that he was promised long ago. So what? We still haven't found that. Just because he's coming here, it doesn't mean we can give him anything, right? But the promise. That promise. You mean that promise that he'll get us out of this repulsive place? Yes, Master Joe, precisely that promise. What's changed since we gave him the first Thorn fragment? All we got are some new books every month and the TV connected to the outside world. I even opened a secret hole for him that leads into the floor of death. Make sure you tell that bastard if he comes here, I can no longer cooperate with him. If he wants to find that Thorn fragment, he can find it himself. Now get out. I have to read this comic. Master Joe. Well, I'll be going. While you're resting, perhaps you should reconsider working with FUG. Do you have a bullet stuck in those goddamn ears of yours? Screw off. Damn it. That reckless personality of his. That goddamn Hockney. We could have found that foreign fragment if only he were here. But then that bastard with freaky eyes ran away. We have to find a way somehow. If Karaka gets here... Song. What are you huffing and puffing like that about by yourself? You didn't fail to give Hell Joe another one of your strange ideas, did you? Charlotte! Military Commander Charlotte the Temptress. Shut up! What do you mean strange ideas? I'm just thinking of our future. Our future? What meaning does the future have for people without souls like us? Huh? Then go ahead and live here forever. I'm leaving this place. I'm going to reclaim my lost soul and keep climbing the tower. Then Hell Joe and I will seize the tower's tremendous wealth and power. You're still as ambitious as ever. Charlotte's song? Karaka has arrived at the castle. Master Joe, Karaka has arrived. Master Joe, Karaka, just listen to me for a moment. There's no time to waste. If they've disappeared, you must find them somehow. They're after the phone fragments. But Master Joe is busy right now. You've come such a long way. Why didn't you have a little tea time? I don't recall ever eating food given to me by someone from another territory. Open the door. Long time no see, Hell Joe. Do the gifts that I've been sending you suit your tastes? Karaka. You've got some nerve showing your face here, Karaka. What's the problem? We delivered all the promised goods to you. Why haven't you given us the phone fragments? Cut the crap. The deal that I made with FUG was to leave this place. That's not so easy. Not just anyone can reclaim your soul. Don't be ridiculous. How much longer do I have to go on trusting what you say? It's already been ages since I gave you the phone fragment. Plus, that TV only has a freaking news channel! Why the news channel keeps coming? I wanted some more exciting news. What is this lunatic blabbing about? If you watch that TV, you will naturally become expressionless. Do you have any idea what it's like only watching the news all day? Not even endorsees are hardest on TV nowadays. Do you think I asked you for a TV so that I could stare at old men in suits? I only watch the news. Isn't it the most interesting thing to watch? Shut up, you old fart! Don't force your tastes on me. Anyway, there's no deal unless you get me out of here, right now. I guess I have no choice. Bring me the intruders who disappeared, then everything will be resolved. What? Do you have a bullet stuck in those ears? You are the one who doesn't seem to understand. One of them is capable of getting you out of here, idiots. How much do I know about King Jahad, you ask? I met him. I've just heard things. I know that he's an irregular. He entered the tower as an irregular, climbed the tower of the 10 great families. A boomer Karaka. I mean, a lot of characters are boomers. I mean, isn't Jinsung Ha also like a Giga boomer? And Jahad is like the definition of like, I don't know, what's before boomers? Generation names. What is the generation before the greatest generation? No, that's... Generally speaking, the greatest generation are the parents of the baby boomers and are the children of the lost generation. What was before the lost generation? Before the lost generation was the missionary generation. I don't know. So many generation names that I never heard before. He entered the tower as a regular, and made a deal with the administrator to become the king of the tower. An immortal body, a commander of powerful Shinsu, an enemy of FUG. That's why I know about him. That's right, he's a great king who attacked the tower and made a deal. An invincible warrior, praised by everyone on all 134 floors of the tower. Having endlessly climbed the tower, he took pity on the people in the tower and decided to become king of the tower. Since then he decided to leave his attacks on the tower to his descendants. But perhaps his blood is so strong he could not create a child with any woman. So Pobido Gustling, one of the 10 great leaders, proposed something. So Gustling is an actual leader? Like, Gustling climbed together with Zard? selecting outstanding female children gradually injecting them with Zahar's blood and making them compete with each other to climb the tower, to make the most talented of the surviving princesses Zahar's wife. But if you're giving them your blood, it was said when he first appeared. Was it said? I remember him being the leader of the Pobido family, but I thought like he was the current leader, and maybe he replaced the last leader, and that's like one of the scenarios where the leader got replaced or something. So basically, the Princess of Zahard are like fighting to become the wife of Zahard, even though they're technically seen as his daughters at the moment. So he's marrying his daughters in the future. Neat. This is how the Princess of Zahard began. Those 13-month series weapons that they have are tokens provided proving that they are acknowledged princesses. All leaders are immortal. Who can replace them? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to assume that you read some. Do you read some cultivation stories, like Chinese cultivation stories? Because there's always there's like the sect master, which can be seen as the leader of the family, and then there's the great sect master or some hidden master or something. So like the first leader of the Pobido family, who was climbing with the Tower of Zahard, might have said something like, I don't want to deal with managing this family anymore. I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to lead a relaxing life or some bullshit like that. And gave over the position to Gaste. But if that's not it, there's nothing wrong with that as well. I just thought that I read it like Gasteng was not the first generation. All princesses who get her 30 months can become the housewife, but no princess has managed to do so yet. Here's the story of Zahard and us princesses that have been passed on for ages. But the reality is different. The first Zahard princesses were consumed by the evil magic of the 13 months, and ended up hating and killing one another. When the competition got more intense, the relations between the family leaders also became distorted. Back when I was chosen, even the original goal as a solution had disappeared. It was just pure competition and murder. Ultimately, the Princess of Zahard developed into a fight among the families that will never be resolved. Every day our lives consist of trying to slash the throat of our fellow sisters. It was too hard for me to endure that chaos. As this seemingly endless war went on, a genius appeared who seemingly seemed like she could end the tragedy. Her name was Jahad. Anne? There's probably no connection, but wasn't the name of one of the Joaquin copies, or like one of the other Arya family members that make up Joaquin. Her name was it her name Anna, or was her name Anne as well? But there's probably no connection to begin with. Probably completely new character. She was of the ultimate descendant with the blood of two leaders mixed within her. With her colorless December, she was truly overwhelming. Colorless December. Okay, that's a new weapon. She displayed talents that even the feuding leaders had no choice but to acknowledge. So, Anna, okay. So I'm also wondering, is it really the colorless December, or is it the white December? Because there's no such thing as colorless. Unless it's like a transparent weapon? Is it like invisible? Is it like an invisible weapon? She displayed talents that even the feuding leaders had no choice but to acknowledge. Right at the moment when it seemed like she would end this cruel competition, she went insane. What? Having gone mad, she murdered everyone from the Zahard family who crossed her path, and ultimately she was trapped in a mysterious labyrinth. I couldn't believe that a girl whom I had admired so much would end up like that. So I risked my life to break in there and meet her. And that's where I heard it from her. Jahad's secret. Black and white are not colors, they're shades. Fuck off, Bryn. But that still makes me question, like, which color is colorless? What will is this weapon look like, or is it literally an invisible weapon? She said that from the very start, King Jahad never actually intended to get married. The reason that he created the Princess of Jahad was actually to wipe out people's immediate complaints. The incident in which all of the first Princes of Jahad died was also a tragedy manipulated by Jahad behind the scenes. Jahad knew about that and went to question him about it, but all she heard were cruel secrets. Actually, even Jahad had a first love whom we could not forget. A first love. That's right. Her name was Arlene Grace. Arlene like the hand of Arlene? And Grace like Juvial Grace? Wait, is it his name was Juvial Grace, right? Arlene Grace. So that's Rachel's mother. but it said that was it in this? Let me scroll up later. She's the person who caused this whole tragedy to begin, and the one who brought you into this world. Is this too far? How much do you know? Okay, is it here? No, it's later on. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the part where she started talking about it? Okay. It says the tower to his descendants, but perhaps because his blood is too strong, he could not create a child with any woman. So, Bryn, this statement, but perhaps because, or also Violent, you can listen to my fucking ramblings, but perhaps because his blood is so strong, he could not create a child with any woman. I had this wild theory that is not based on anything, that Rachel is Jahad's child. But if his blood is too strong, then it could be that that might not be the case, unless Rachel was born after, before, Rachel was born before Jahad went into the tower, because he comes from the same world as Spam. So he created Rachel, but then that doesn't explain how Rachel knows all these things about the tower. My idea was that Rachel knows all these things because she's Jahad's daughter, and sometime in the past, maybe Jahad has some sort of way to get out of the tower, because he talked with the administrators and he has an ability to go out of the tower, and then he met Rachel in the outside of the tower and talked about her in the tower, and that's how she learned about that place and learned a lot of the secrets, because Rachel knows so much about the tower that it's weird. She has to have some connection, or it's Hedon who told Rachel all of that, but it's weird. So I was thinking like she has some connection to a very, very high up person in the tower. And then another thing that also made Rachel seem even more connected to the whole Jahad thing is that she knew that the ring she found from Wangnan is that it's a ring from the Jahad family. A ring that was given to two people, and the whole thing about how the 13-month series is needed, and then the two rings are needed to get higher in the tower. She knows all these things. And she somehow has learned all these things. And I don't think that FUG would entrust her with the information, so she would need some other informant. So my two biggest ideas is either that for some reason Hedon is giving her all of that information so that she is doing something that Hedon wants, or she has some sort of connection with Jahad and Jahad told her all that. If it was true, then no wonder he abandoned her. Funny. This might be a very interesting scenario where Rachel and Jahad are connected, and Rachel will also, I mean, it's already too late it would be funny to sometime in the future, like, we haven't seen Rachel in hundreds of chapters maybe in later down some line, and then she returns back and we get this new introduction bubble and it says irregular Rachel, New Princess of Jahad. And I would love to see the reaction of these people. Like, how the hell? No, crazy shit. Arlene, I've heard the name before somewhere. That's right, the place the FUG took me from. Plus, Grace is the name that FUG gave me. What does she mean that she's the one who brought me into this world? Tell me, when you say that she brought me into this world, what do you mean? She's my mother? Well, how should I explain this? Could you really call her a mother? I am not sure about that. What? She's been here longer than I have, so I'm not sure about the exact details. What I'm sure of that she played a crucial role in bringing you into this place. And she was one of the irregulars who entered the tower along with the 10 great family leaders. But right now there are only 10 family leaders. That's right, but actually there used to be 13 of them. Although there are only 11 now. So 2 of them got killed off, I guess, before they got turned immortal. How would Jahad have bothered to split the 13-month series into 13 web pieces? The 13-month series into 13 pieces. Some legends say that 1 year in his hometown is 13 months. But then there must be a separate reason for splitting the key into 13 pieces to begin with. And it's natural to name it the 13-month series, right? The 13 months were split up so that Jahad and his 12 companions could share the key. One of them is Arlene Grace. There were originally supposed to be 12 leaders, not 10. A hidden irregular, I didn't believe that she existed, even when Anne mentioned her existence. I figured that it was probably a delusion created by her insane mind. And she said that I would find out about everything if I find the pocket that she hid. I broke through the Jahad family obstacles and finally managed to find that pocket. It was only after seeing what was inside that pocket that I realized what Anne said wasn't a delusion or lie. Because that pocket was the very same one used by Arlene Grace. Inside the pocket there was a diary saved, which was written by Arlene herself. I don't know from whom Anne received that, but she was a real person. Arlene Grace, the diary said that she entered the Tower of the 10 Leaders on an extraordinary journey, and that she could use mysterious spells. From the very start, Jahad had a crush on her, but her heart actually lay somewhere else. The man whom she loved was yet another hidden companion. Arlene called him by the affectionate name V. Your name Viol probably came from that person's name. He was a warlord from Loosefleck, the current head of FUG. The current head of FUG once served. He was a warlord whom Loosefleck, the current head of FUG, once served. So FUG basically started because V got killed by Jahad because Jahad couldn't stand that his crush, Arlene, had a crush on Viol or V. So he was jealous and killed Viol. So FUG, and maybe he was jealous maybe Arlene committed offing herself because she didn't want to live in a world without Viol. And then that's how FUG got created. FUG is basically just a revenge mission because they killed Viol. Oh wait, I clicked numbers. Okay. As the 2 of them climbed the tower, they confirmed their love for one another and began a relationship. And at the end of their great journey, Jahad announced that he would stop climbing the tower and become a king. V and Arlene, who wanted to keep climbing the tower, criticized Jahad. Arlene expressed Jahad in her records as being blinded by falsehoods. But Jahad didn't stop. He made a deal with the administrator to become the king of this tower. And after that he found Arlene and proposed to her. So Rin, here we see that Jahad has blonde hair. Which I already kind of guessed, because Wangnan has blonde hair. So that makes me also think, who also has blonde hair? Rachel also has blonde hair. Did we meet many characters with blonde hair? Isn't blonde a relatively rare hair color in this story? And after that he found Arlene and proposed to her. But Arlene was already engaged to V. Golden. Arlene refused Jahad's marriage proposal and ran away with V. Then the 2 of them formed an organization which opposed Jahad, and started a war in order to steal the key which Jahad had. So they were the founders of FUG, I guess. So I was also enraged and fought them. golden blonde. Nah, that's pretty much blonde. In the process, there were many conflicts even among the 10 leaders. But there aren't many details about this aspect in Arlene's pockets. What I know for sure is that the 10 leaders sided with Jahad for some reason. And ultimately, Vi and Arlene lost the war and became fugitives. And as she ran away with Arlene's body, yet another life was awaiting to be born. You mean that baby was? No, the child was murdered by Jahad. What? Having heard the rumors that she had a child, Jahad tracked down the child and killed it right in front of Arlene's eyes not long after I was born. In her pocket, that incident is described in terms of extreme loathing and resentment. After the incident, parts of her records are not normal. Naturally, she couldn't go on living with her sanity intact. Ultimately, the sense of loss after losing her child and her wrath towards Jahad seemed to have driven her insane. Unable to handle all of this, she tried to commit suicide several times, but she was already immortal like 10 leaders. She couldn't even die. But Vi was different. For some reason, he doesn't appear to have made a deal for immortality. Unable to stand the sight of Arlene losing her mind, he took his own life. He left Arlene with a suicide note saying, "Forget everything, return to your companions and live happily." But Arlene did not return to the 10 leaders and Jahad. She tried to find a way to escape from this tower and wandered the tower alone. For a very long time, she appears to have wandered around here and there in the tower. She used a magic to keep her child's body from rotting and carried the body and keepsakes from Vi around with her. She believed that there would be a way to bring the child back to life if she could make it outside. And at the end of the diary, she wrote this: "I finally found a way to get out of this place. A place without Jahad or the administrator. I don't know where the place will be, but as long as I can see the vast sky and shining stars, which are so much like my own home, it doesn't matter." I can see the vast sky and shining stars. But if she... That's weird, because if Rachel and Bam are from the same place as Jahad, but Rachel has never seen the stars before, that's kind of weird. Even as I was leaving this place, I could not let go of the longing for my love and the pity for my child. So I decided, unless Arlene is from a different world compared to Jahad, which obviously could be the case, I offer this child's body to the god on the outside. Someday that god's power will enter this dead child's body and awaken him again. The child will open the door to this tower and return someday. He shall achieve vengeance for my love and finish this war which we started with our own hands. He shall destroy corrupt power and bring truth to the tower. God's messenger shall place the red thorn on that child's head, and that child shall use the red thorn to cut the throat of the greedy king. And he shall find the hidden key, open the door, and lead everyone on the tower to greater heights. You are the child in the prophecy, Jew of your grace. Jahad and the 10 leaders did everything that they could to erase all records of Arlene and you, and structures and records concerning her were destroyed. And even the records and memories of artificial life stored in the workshop were fabricated. But it appears that not even that is enough to change destiny. But is Bam and Rachel from the same world as Jahad? I assumed so. I assume that they are from the same world as Jahad, but maybe not from the same world as Arlene. Because we saw at the cliff in Bam's original worlds, we saw the symbol of Jahad. So either somebody drew that there, who is not connected to Jahad in any way, or Jahad came from that place and that symbol doesn't really belong to Jahad, but he just adopted it as his own thing. The records remain here even to this day, and now you have appeared before me. You were destined to come to this place. That suitcase, it was so uncomfortable being stuck in there for so long. Sorry, Rachel. We're passing through a dangerous spot, so I let you out a bit late. It's alright. White. This is the first time we've met in person. I'm Karaka, the new Slayer. Bastard, you arrogant little punk. How dare you mess around with me while pretending to help me? Are you looking down on me because I lost my position as a Slayer? White, there's a way to revive your power here on the floor of death. Huh? I don't want to let the details leak, so could I talk to you in private? Sure, let's go. You know you're actually a decent guy. Come with me. You can never resist temptations. Can that guy really be trusted? I didn't think that there would be a Slayer on a train. I was seriously so surprised. Same here. I wonder how this happens. So we have Missing and Wangnan staring there. I don't know. Maybe I'm too horny, man. I don't know. Rachel cooking, like, I don't know, that outfit looking kind of cute. Wangnan, is something wrong? No, you're just more skilled at tidying than you look. Oh, thanks for the compliment. I've been used to cleaning and tidying since I was a child. So, were you like a maid at some place? You can't shake it! Rachel is cute! Don't get the wrong idea. I was insulting you, not complimenting you. Still, thank you for showing interest in me. I'm not interested in you, it's just... all I wanted to know is why a nice kid like Vio would be following you around. Nice, you say? That's true. He really is a nice boy. That boy, and he's really is nice, that boy. And I'm bad. You're so twisted. It's true, isn't it? I'm a bad person. Actually, I wanted to at least keep this kind of thing from Bam. You wanted to pretend to be a nice person after killing that many people? Dream on. Killing that many people? Who has Rachel even killed? Rachel hasn't killed that many people. And this is the first time... is it the first time that Rachel admits that she's a bad person? Which is an important step. You're right, that's pushing it a bit much. I'm done for now. Seriously, a psycho. You really don't seem insane, but you really don't seem sane. But what on earth are you going to such trouble to gain? Money? Power? Do you want to become a Dark Lord or something? No. What I want is simply a blue sky, countless stars, and a cool breeze. That ridiculously beautiful wall which that person wanted for their entire life. If only I may be able to see that side myself. I would be satisfied with that. That person. Which that person wanted for their entire life. Is she also talking about Arlene? Or does she have some sort of connection with some of these people? Who is she connected to know about these things and like... Rachel is such a mystery, man. And that is also why she's one of my favorite characters, because she's like one of the most interesting characters in this story. Only I may be able to see that side myself. I would be satisfied with that. What are you talking about? That person? You don't need to know. Arlene, I don't care what Bam is to you. I'm the one from the legend who will obtain the fort and make your wish come true. Why does she know Arlene? How does she know the legend of Arlene as well? It has to be me. So we all know it's Bam, unless there's later down the line a major plot twist that Bam is actually not that child, but somebody completely different, and Rachel was that child. But it makes more sense for Bam to be that, and Rachel just wants to put herself in a main character position. Has to be me. There's a way for me to arrive. Here? Hurry up and tell me. Yes, Wise. The source of your power is definitely souls. Even without clones, as long as you have the power of numerous souls, you could break free from the shackles on you right now. Huh? Of course, at the height of my power, I can beat any imitation spell cast by some silly regulars. Actually, here on that floor of death, there's a place called the Spirit Room, where the souls of everyone living on the floor of death are hidden. There are at least tens of thousands of souls there, including the souls of rankers. The souls of rankers? I guess they would probably be there as well if they're like the rankers are stuck on the floor of death. That would make sense. If you were to obtain those souls. Karaka, tell me about that in more detail. Karaka is tiny, man. He's so tiny. You're the one who doesn't seem to understand. One of them is able to get you out of this place. You fool. What do you guys think about what he's saying? It's nonsense that he's saying to take advantage of us. Pay no attention to him, Master Joe. Sanchez the Peace, sir. I think so too, Master Joe. It seems like a lie. Charlotte the Temptress. I disagree. There's no reason to have absolutely no faith in what he is saying. Perhaps we should give him a chance. Wilcott the Windy. That's right. If they are lying, we can deal with that later, right? Fabregas the Bloody. Master Joe, I would at least entertain the possibility. There's a chance that we cannot afford to miss if he is telling the truth. Song the Traitor. Why would you trust anyone who is titled the Traitor? If he really is telling the truth, then this is definitely not an opportunity that I should miss. But it also wouldn't be good to allow myself to be tempted by his promise and go running after them myself. Because I'm a higher priority than FUG. Plus, judging from the fact that they've disappeared, they must have gone to the North City. Is this Quant? It's like the castle. I'm going to go beat him and recover the Holy Sword. Have you finally decided? From Huna's castle. Like, this looks like Quant is also inside of the comics. Is there a way to catch him easily without making myself look like a fool? That's it. I have a good idea. Use the holes to send out a message across the entire Hell's floor. Right this instant. If you want the fallen fragment, come and attack Hell Joe's castle. What? Tell them that I have the fallen fragment, so they have to come here and fight me. I'll give whoever beats me the fallen fragment. Then they come here on their own in order to get the fallen fragment. But we don't have the fallen fragment. It's alright, it's just bait to lure them here anyway. We don't need it. Tell FUG to participate as well if they want the fallen fragment. This is my chance to really teach them a lesson. If they lose here, not even they will be able to demand the fallen fragment from me anymore. Hansung uses Quant image to the fullest. Hansung is just raking in that money. We're going to leave this place and rule the tower. Yuri and Evan's team. How much further do we have to go? I wonder, it feels like we've been walking for ages. We're here. This is our Red Witch Guide's secret place, the Gelstone Village. Whoa, it's huge. Gelstone? Follow me, I'll lead you to Waryun. There's no need to lead us, I'll lead them from here, you can go. Waryun! Waryun, why did you disappear by yourself? Yes, right. Go on in. That was so unfair. Follow me. I have something to tell you about Hell Joe. What do you think? How do you feel about hearing about yourself? I'm not sure. It just sounds so surreal to me. Sure, but you came to this place. Didn't you feel a sense of longing when you entered here? Like a feeling that you were home? Right. When I entered this place, I felt like I had come home. That's because this is the place where Arlene gave birth to you and raised you. The place where she gave birth to me and raised me? But didn't you say that he died? And only resurrected, like, in the other world or something? That's right. Perhaps that's why Jahad built his own temple here after she disappeared. Jahad was unusually obsessed with Arlene. He even built a shrine for worshipping himself here in the land that Arlene cherished, and made his followers flock to it. But as if unable to forgive him for defiling this land like that, he appeared suddenly and turned the tower's Shinsu red. Andrew, the messenger from God who came to deliver the thorn to you. So that is Andrew? But as if unable to forgive him for defiling his land like that, he appeared suddenly and turned the tower's Shinsu red. Andrew. This is Andrew. He kind of looks similar to Bam in a way. I mean, obviously it's hard to see because most of him is like silhouetted out and everything. But from the hair, aesthetic hair, he does have a similar vibe as Bam. And this is the last chapter of today as well. Andrew the Red Tower. 241 is the last chapter, right? I guess. Oh, look at this Hogney. This must be the giant bug's eye. We're looking out of the snow through its eyes. This is the place where Arlene gave birth to you and raised you. But after she disappeared, Jahad turned this place into a shrine for worshipping himself. According to Seo, Andy is the most handsome guy in the Tower of God. Probably, I don't know, maybe. He appears to have tried to erase any traces of you from here, the place that she loved. I mean, from time to time I could tell that some characters, like male characters, are more handsome than others, but when Seo, a Korean man, says that, I kind of expect that Enryu looks like some sort of K-pop idol. When unable to forgive this land being defiled like that, he appears. Enryu. And that day, a red rain fell from the sky here. When he appeared here, the first thing that he said was, only those who believe in the false king will remain here and face death. Hearing what Enna said, everyone was flustered, but could sense that this was no ordinary person. I was for a second speechless. Do you see that character there? I need to give you a second without the filter. Do you see that character there? The character that looks exactly like Rachel? That looks like exactly like Rachel? I don't know, it looks very similar to Rachel. No, it's not her. Yeah, I would assume so, but it looks very similar to her. Many people left this place. Just some random chars. Who is to say that these characters are not important? Like, look at all these characters. And this character is the only one who sticks out. She is the only one who sticks out. And she has the blonde golden hair that sticks out as well. And she does appear similar looking to Rachel. But the Heart's fanatical followers started attacking Enna. Then countless spears made out of red Shinsu fell on the battlefield. None of the people who had tried to attack Enna could withstand his attack, and they dropped to the ground like flies. As soon as Enna had swept away all of the fanatics, finally the enraged administrator of the floor appeared before Enna. Not even the administrator could defeat him easily. The massive administrator changed his appearance while fighting him. But the administrator's blood and flesh, which we thought were indestructible, immortal, and invincible, were viciously ripped and torn apart by Enna's attacks. Not even his mysterious ability to freely control the Shinsu on this floor was of any use against Enna. During their fight, all of the mountains, seas, and buildings on this floor were destroyed, and the ground turned red. Ultimately, the administrator was defeated and put to sleep, and the Shinsu here lost its master. For a long time after that, a reign of Shinsu is said to have fallen here. And the world changed. The place became known as the Floor of Death, and rumors became circulating on the tower. A divine thorn able to kill King Jahad. They said that Enna hid that in the place and then disappeared. Having heard those rumors, FUG started looking for the thorn, while waiting for someone to obtain that thorn and slash King Jahad's throat, So that's why FUG gave me the thorn. The fact that they wanted me to turn me into a slayer was not simply because of their loathing for Jahad. It was because one of them believed that I'm Arlene's son? So was I destined to become a slayer from the very start? Is my destiny to obtain the thorn and slay King Jahad? Nah, you can choose whatever you want to do. You said that you have something to tell about the Hell Joe. Is the stuff that we heard from that girl before not the whole story? Actually, it was only when I came here that I learned about Hell Joe in detail for the first time. I entered this place using a different path from you guys, because the path that I used to enter here is a path that only Red Witches should know about. I was planning on leading the way if you came in here separately, but the situation changed. So you heard about Hell Joe. Yes, it seems like they want me to make me fight Hell Joe, in order for Bum to obtain a fragment of a thorn or something. Actually, it's not exactly because of Yo that they want to get rid of Hell Joe. The Red Witch Guide, I have a personal grudge towards him. She has a personal grudge? A grudge? You mean there are people out there who do things to make guides resent them? This floor has no administrator. Guides without the ability to predict the future are just regular humans. But guides absolutely must travel through the Floor of Death as a pilgrimage. This place is one of the places of pilgrimage for Red Witch Guides. We rely on memories that have been passed down for ages to find this place. Several dwarves go on pilgrimage to a completely different place, right? Yeah, the place that I went to was completely in ruins, but we also know that there is a place like this on the Floor of Death. Right, the Floor of Death changed completely after Enna appeared. Most of the people who were in the Floor of Death died. It was hard for even the strongest rankers to survive in the Shinsu without an administrator. But this place alone was lucky. We were lucky to be surrounded by the administrator's body and isolated from the outside. But the people who survived here had to suffer from aging and a lack of food. Still, they couldn't go outside, because the Heart's army was killing any survivors on the Floor of Death, in order to stop the rumors about Enna from spreading. Ultimately, Desa and Deja, the high rankers who led this place, found a solution. They used their magic to create a place called the Spirit Room, where they stored the souls of all citizens, and developed a way for people to live forever without aging. But the people under that spell cannot ever leave this place. They decided to stay here forever at the cost of their eternal lives. The people here have spent ages guarding the halls so that the secret will not leak to the outside world. But everything changed when Joe appeared. He wants to break the spell and leave this place. Ultimately, he drove out Desa and conquered the South City. He even broke the rules of this place and joined forces with an outside power. FBG promised to get them out of here if he worked with some of their agents, and gave them this Thorn fragment. He went looking for the lost fragment of the Thorn, and in the end he even ended up harming a guide who was on a pilgrimage for him. That's a scary image. The guide was the predecessor of this girl who brought you here. Heljo caught her while on a pilgrimage and pressured her to look for the Thorn fragments. When she refused, he stole her vitality and made her suffer a cruel death. I need to stand for a second. I sat for a few hours already again. My legs need to stand for a second. Ugh. Whew. A red witch. It looks like Heljo didn't know that guide abilities don't work in this place. That must be why he thought that she would be able to find the Thorn fragments. Because guides can see their own destiny. They neither fear nor try to avoid their own death. That's how we accept our own fate. But she tried to avoid death. Having been caught by Heljo and dragged to his castle, she is said to have died while begging Heljo to spare her. Because she was not meant to die here. Heljo, that man, is defying destiny. This is an announcement for the intruders to this place. I'm Heljo, the ruler of the South City. Heljo! I don't know who let you into this place, but I know that you came here because you're after something. Joe, intruders, is he talking about that man? And the thing that you're looking for is inside my castle. So spare me the game of hide and seek and come fight me. If you enter my castle and defeat both my servants and me, I will give you what you want. If you don't come, I'll give it to FPG. So you'd better come get that special something. I hope you guys are strong enough to make this fun for me. That's all. Thorn fragments. Is it his castle? Hey Joe, what is he talking about? The thing that we're looking for is in his castle? I feel like he's going to be more of a nuisance than I thought. It sounds like he's saying that he has the Thorn fragment. The Thorn fragment is in Heljo's castle? Well, it's probably a trap, but I asked you to get rid of Heljo as a favor. If the Thorn fragment really is in his castle, that just gives you one more reason to go and fight Heljo. Vio will probably go there too. What will you do, Yuri Jahad? At some point it was a theory that red witches are created by Enryu. Enryu is rumored to be able to create life set in season 1. Red witches has red hair and eyes like Enryu. But doesn't Jahad also have... Not Jahad, I have never seen him. And Wagner doesn't have red eyes. There are other characters with red eyes, but I'm not remembering some of them right now. I mean, I like the theory, but I don't know. Hair color and eyes alone are normally not stuff I would base my things off, but maybe they can be used for theories. Hello, Joe. He's starting to stir up trouble. Joe? He's the one who currently rules over this tower. He imprisoned Grand Deja, the old warlord, and made himself leader. I heard that he's working with FEG to get them the Thorn fragments. He's giving them the Thorn fragments? That's right, he's working with FEG and giving them the Thorn in order to escape to the outside. Although he's having a tough time right now because he can't find the last one. There's no way that the final Gatekeeper told Heljo about you entering here. So those ones who enter this place with you must be alive. It's impressive that they're still alive. For now, shall we let them deal with the Heljo? What the Heljo said just now is a lie. The last remaining Thorn fragment is here in the North City. It's hidden deep inside the Spirit Room. There's a place called the Spirit Room here in the North City. It's a place, yeah, you're repeating yourself, we learned it already. He's seen his position to grant the Lee and retired, but he is one of the few people who saw Enna in person. He also knows where the form fragment is. He's going to try to test your power. If you pass his test, you will find out where the final fragment is. This is the path leading to the Jahad castle. Why here? What's this? A memory? Of course, ordinary D-rank regulars could never pass this test. But if you're the real deal, I'm sure that he will acknowledge you and we will be able to find the fallen fragment. I knew that you would be confused after hearing what I told you. But regardless of whatever destiny brought you to this place, it's up to you to decide what path to take. So even if you choose to avoid the destiny and go down a different path, I will not criticize you for that. Because that's a massive and difficult burden to bear. No, I'll do it. Not because of my destiny, but by my own will. You finally came back. What were you talking about for so long? Mata, stop asking about other people's businesses. I'm sorry, but from this point on, I think I should go on by myself. I feel like I'm supposed to go in there and look for something, but it seems like such a dangerous place. So I don't think I should go in there with you. What? In there? Jahad's castle? Yes. Can I go with you too? What? Hackney. But this place is... I know very well how dangerous it is. But I have this feeling that I should go in there too. Hackney, are you insane? Jahad is in there. Plus, what about the picture? I know, I'm going to find the picture. And as you said, I may obtain something even more valuable in there. Could this be destiny too? Well, alright. If you're going, then I'll go too, Hackney. I've been in there before, so let me lead the way. We've already come this far together, so I wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right letting you go alone. It wouldn't be lonely if you went on your own, wouldn't it? It would be lonely if you went on your own, wouldn't it? Then let's go together. Okay. The entrance to Helljoe's castle. Damn it. Why do I have to guard this entrance myself? Those idiots clearly think that I'm the weakest. Don't get the wrong idea. I may have the weakest before, but now with Helljoe's powers, no one can beat me. Come to think of it, maybe they assigned me to guard the entrance because I'm so powerful they can handle anything. Lord Helljoe, I didn't know that's what you were thinking. Why is there like a lightsaber here? He sure made quite an impressive castle. That guy Helljoe, so that's where you were hiding, huh? They're here. Let's get this over with and find Bomb. The two of you who entered this place alone. Are you insane? Whoa! That's a pretty impressive start. You had better wipe that smile on your face, mortal. And we're ending today with this cliffhanger. That's an interesting ending spot. But my guide told me that this is an ending spot. This is the path that I'm supposed to take. This is the ending spot for today's stream. And next week will probably be the rest of the Floor of Death, I assume. 242 until 259. Should be able. That's like today we're 10 chapters and next week will be will be 17 or 18. Should be possible. Might be a bit longer, but it should still be possible in a normal stream length. So there are still a few things that we need to do at the end of the Tower of God stream. First of all, I need to regain my contrast. I need to regain my contrast. I'm just playing around with these bars right now. Yo, we have RGB Pyro. Perfect time. I gotta go now, so can't stay to the favorite star list. Sorry, bye. Alright, Rin. Enjoy your time wherever you are going. We got RGB Pyro though. Only my skin color would remain normal. The skin color also changes with the... Why does my skin color change? Like, I can understand the hair and everything, but the skin color should stay a bit more neutral. Look at me, I'm suddenly blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. Can I take... Yo, I can give myself golden hair. Sheesh. Okay, enough playing around. Enough playing around. It's time for the favorite character tier list. So it's obvious. It's going to be a big one because we obviously read less compared to other chapters. So, and Dorsey is still my number 1. And Rachel is still my number 2. Wang Nan didn't fall down, so he remains at this place. Same with Bum, nothing happened here. And Huayun didn't do much today, but also the people below her didn't do anything. Yihua and Anak didn't even appear, but I don't like Kun. So it will look like this. Yihua... I mean, I like Kun... That's wrong, Kun is not here. I mean, I like Kun in a way that he's still in my top 10, but he keeps falling out of my favorite list because he's acting stupid. So we do it like this. And I'll actually put Yuri in here for the first time. Because Yuri now actually is a character that I can actually form an opinion on. Because Yuri has been here for at least some time now and traveling together with the group. I feel like I can form an actually idea on who she is compared to the few times we saw her in Season 1. I think that's a fair list. I think that's a very fair list. And with that said, I still have one more question for anybody watching who wants to answer. We are technically getting closer to being caught up with Tower of Gods. Yes, there are still many chapters left, and we are currently only at... What's the chapter mark? We're like at 57% of Tower of God, but we're getting there. We're getting there on a pace as to be expected. Besides my Japan vacation trip and everything that's going to happen from September onwards, where I will do live streams over in Japan, like IRL live streams. I will try to do that maybe. The question is for Webtoons. Are there any other Webtoons you would maybe like me to see reactions to or something? And in general, would you also watch Tower of God content in the form of videos and not only live streams? Because once I'm caught up with Tower of God, there will only be the weekly chapter. So there might be a thing of me making theories or anything, but if that's not something the Tower of God fandom wants to see, I might better stay away from that, or I will get, I don't know, dunked on by the Tower of God fandom for having wrong opinions. Because my current plan, after being caught up with Tower of God, is Monday streams will be reading the newest chapter from Tower of God. To catch up to it, form my opinion on what's going on, theorize, discuss, and all that good stuff with all of you. But because then my first day slot for streams will be open, I will probably start reading Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint as soon as I'm finished or I'm caught up with Tower of God. And once I'm caught up with Omniscient Reader, I might do another series, because there are so many Webtoons that are still out there that I haven't read, that there is more than enough for me to read on stream. But I don't know if you guys are only here for Tower of God or for Webtoons in general. But yeah, that was the question for me, for you guys, on this very day. So I would say, if you see this, if you listen to this last part, think about it. Maybe tell me another webtoon that I can react to or read or something in general. And if you want to see more Tower of God content on this channel besides my One Piece videos as well. Because I kind of want to dip deeper into Tower of God, but I don't want to get attacked by anyone. So all that's left for me to be said right now. It's a bit shorter compared to some other times, but that's because we read a few less chapters. But if we read the entire Flow of Death, it would have been too long. So all that's left to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. See you in the next stream. Bye!